Boom! Boxing without punching is what Tyson Fury put on last night. Was a boxing exhibition. The term boxing, people, I will break it down. My name is Eric Bradley, aka The Real Fight Doctor. There is no other on this level. Tyson Fury did something that a lot of people was not aware of last night. Not only did he win the heavyweight champion of the world, but he dethroned one of the longest reigning champions in heavyweight boxing history. It was most likely the most uninteresting decade in heavyweight boxing history known to man. That time is over now. The reign is over. The former king is now the past. He will not ever beat Tyson Fury. And if they rematch 99 more times, he'd lose 99 more times. But today, the insight I'm going to bring to you guys over here at my channel, and I appreciate you guys for watching, is the breakdown and the understanding of what Tyson Fury did. My wifey was on Twitter last night, continuously giving me feedback what the people were saying. And a lot of people were totally uninterested in what was happening. This is the reason for you guys who follow me. I tell you, don't just watch boxing, be boxing, so you'll understand what it is you're watching. Because I could have told you after the first minute of the first round that Tyson Fury was not going to lose that fight. And not only was he not going to lose the fight, he was going to make an absolute bum out of Klitschko and his skill set. About 40 years ago, Muhammad Ali, it is over 50 years ago, let me take it back to the first pinnacle that he reached, which was Sonny Liston, the Bear. But 40 years ago, he touched base face to face with the person that he called the Mummy. That was George Foreman. And George Foreman was titled the Mummy because Muhammad Ali said he did like this. It was absolutely brilliant because he made George Foreman realize that he saw his weakness in the ring. And when you're in training camp and you're working week after week after week after week, your coach is telling you, relax, don't be so stiff. He already had Klitschko thinking, this is Tyson Fury I'm speaking of, that no matter what you bring, it's not going to be enough. I know all of the skills that you've been taught, you've showed them and displayed them in the ring. So the Mummy effect is what Tyson Fury knew that he would combat no matter what Klitschko brought to the ring. Listen to me, people, because I'm breaking it down. And this is what we do round by round. He knew that he was going to use the Ali effect. I'm going to tell you exactly what he did skill set wise. And this is why I tell you people, don't just watch boxing, be boxing. We have an amazing platform where we teach these things on our website so you can understand what you're seeing. How could you possibly say that fight was boring? What the boy just demonstrated. Boxing, the term boxing means to put your opponent inside of a realm, let's say box, that he is totally handcuffed to do what he wants to do. Boxing isn't about punching. Boxing is about mind and body. He boxed and won without punching. He used so many skill sets, and now I'm going to break them down. Listen to me now. You can go back and you can share this with your friends, and if you don't share this post, you're really not a fan of boxing. You might want to go and watch golf. First thing he did, you all heard some of these terms, but you don't know them because when you're in a boxing ring, these things are vital. He walked him. He walked him around the ring. The first thing he was telling Klitschko at that point was, there's not gonna be a steel target. The second thing he did is he kept his head on a swivel. He never was in a direct line. So even when he switched southpaw, Klitschko would not be able to land that straight right hand the way he wanted to. And if he did touch him, he would roll with it. Why? Because his head was off the line. These are things you only learn in camp. You're not going to learn this on HBO 24/7. You're not going to learn that on All Access on Showtime or 360 on Showtime. You're not going to learn any of this, because these are the vital things that go behind the scene that you're going to only learn if you're with a premium level coach. The feints to continuously make Klitschko lose his focus and have to continuously reset over and over and over and over and over and over and over, and throw a punch with it. Boom. Look how few times he had to literally punch. He feinted the punch. He threw the punch. He rotated. He shifted. He bobbed and weaved. Hands behind the back. He did everything but waste energy beating Klitschko up. He took him into the land of humiliation. Feinting. Parrying. Batting down the steel hammers with the swat of a hand. Tapping. That's called a parry. If you go out to Master Boxing LLC, you guys will learn this stuff, and you can really talk boxing, because that was everything but boring last night. It was a boxing exhibition, and if you look at Muhammad Ali's book, that's exactly what Muhammad Ali was trying to teach fighters back then in the 70s and the 60s. That an elusive target is not a target. Don't just watch boxing, be boxing. Parrying. Staying off the line, bobbing, weaving, keeping his head on a swivel. Vladimir Klitschko was the mummy last night, like Muhammad Ali called him. He predicated him as the mummy. That's who he is in history. Outside of getting that grill, George Foreman can tell you, the minute he watched that fight, and George Foreman, the number 3, is on social media, so if you know him, tag him in this. He knew that whenever this fight got going, that this is going to be a long night. It's going to be I have to land a lucky punch night. But the skill set that Tyson Fury displayed was absolutely A+ level. He can deal with anybody if he utilized that style. The first thing that he knew he had to do was take Vladimir Klitschko out of his element. And instead of walking to Vladimir, being set up for a punch, he took Vladimir and made Vladimir walk to him so he can elude him. Taking side steps, catching, parry, like I said, stepping around, breaking. And if he was in the same camp in 2010 as we were with him, that's Tyson Fury and Klitschko, then he learned a lot of those things from the southpaw that I coach, because he looked exactly like him. And that's what fighters do. They find fighters that simulate their styles, and then they take off pieces and chunks and utilize them in the ring. I can show you videos of all what I'm talking about too. This ain't just talk, people. You at Master Boxing, where we break the fight world down round by round. Let me see. There was something else that I wanted to speak to, because whenever he was stepping inside of the mummy, we'll call Vladimir Klitschko, not only was he able to play the tricks, but he was taking him and sitting his head on his shoulder, and he was touching him to the body, spinning him. He was humiliating this guy, and he told him, not only am I going to beat you, but I'm going to make you remember everything that I said, and I'm going to talk some smack to take you back out of your game and make you feel like you have to prove something in that moment, and which is going to throw you further out of your game. Look, like I said before, a lot of people that were watching this fight on Twitter were saying that this fight was boring, and that proves that you know absolutely nothing about boxing. So if you were one of those people, you don't understand the term boxing without throwing a punch, because the word boxing is not just about punching. It's about understanding the science of elusiveness, foot work, ring generalship, and making the guy do something that he did not want to do. Getting inside of his head. You are a pugilist, Tyson Fury. And that's why I created the stage. To teach people more about boxing. And if you're a dedicated fan and you're watching this right now and you know what we do on this channel, continuously share the videos to let people know who we are, because we coming. I'm appointing ambassadors right now to the channel, and we making sure that everybody who gets an opportunity to see the sport of boxing understand the word boxing. Don't just watch boxing. Go to Master Boxing LLC and be boxing. This is your boy, and I'm getting ready to sign out. But right now I have to ordain Tyson Fury as the giant killer and the end of a boring heavyweight era. Hail to the heavyweights. The heavyweight division is now back. Thank God he didn't break Joe Louis's record so he could be pronounced in the same sentence as one of the greatest to ever done it, the Brown Bomber. Klitschko era is over. Hail to the heavyweights. Tyson Fury, Deontay Wilder. These boys are coming. So like I said before, I'm getting ready to head out. Get ready to share the post. I want to hear your comments. Don't just watch boxing. Go to masterboxingllc.com and be boxing. This is your boy, the Fight Doctor, signing out at Master Boxing, where you get your masters in boxing. I'm out. Peace. Boom.